Hey guys. Okay. First, I want to say sorry about last week. I just was not able to get in last week's episode. But if you guys still want me to do a recap video for that, I gladly will because it's never too late over here. Okay. But let's go ahead and get right into the episode recap because I know it's something that y'all are confused about. And I'm going to just go ahead and just explain it in this video to help y'all out. So let's just get right on into it. So the episode starts off with us learning basically how Hikari learned that Yuji was even a student at Jujutsu High. And it's like, I can't even be mad at Panda. We love Panda. I love Panda real bad. So we'll just blame everything on Megami. We'll just blame everything on him. So they get caught by Kirara. And once they caught them, it was pretty much up from there. So as they're all talking and, right before they all get into like their little scuffle, big scuffle, whatever you want to call it, Megami is trying to explain to him that they are not with Jujutsu High. They're like, look, we're on your side. We're on your team. Please, 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 you got to believe me. If you don't believe anything that you hear today, you got to believe what I'm saying. And Kirara's like, why would I trust you? Why would I believe you? And on top of that, y'all got Gojo. Why on God's green earth do y'all need my man? This is what they said. Why do you need my man if y'all got Gojo? And Megami's like, okay, this is not gonna work out the way that we would want it to. So of course they get into it, into this battle. And Megami the entire time is trying to figure out Kurara's curse technique. And of course, because he's the person that he is, he figures it out. That's not a hard thing for him to do. And Panda, of course, is just being Panda. Panda's being lovable. Panda's being adorable. Panda's also doing what he can do best throughout this battle. So, of course, I know that there are quite a few people that have already said that they were just overly confused about what it is exactly that Kirara's technique does. And guess what? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna break it down. So I know that y'all remember Mahito's curse technique. And basically, if he touches your soul or touches you at all, he's making contact with your soul. Okay, that's the first part of this. Right, right. Okay. When Kiara makes contact with you, they're making contact with your cursed energy. So instead of it being like Mahito's, where you make contact with the soul, this is literally just the cursed energy. This is the first part of it, okay? Follow me. So because they are basically touching your cursed energy, anything that is tied to you will not go against you. It's not going to repel or anything like that. If anything, it's going to be drawn to you like a magnet. It's not going to go anywhere, especially if you have a specific star branded on you. And that's what we're going to get into with the next point. So think of each different type of energy that is being touched as a star. So every single one has a different star. And there's like five stars, basically. They were thinking four because the constellation that the technique is after or is mimicking, that's what they were thinking. They were like, okay, there's only four stars, but that's not working with the way that this is going. There has to be another star, which it is. And so because they figured that out, that star was basically able to be repelled. Basically, their technique is just to take your own cursed energy and to use it against you and also repel you from the other things that are not matching. So if y'all got conflicting stars, you're not going to touch each other. You're not going to do anything of the sort. So you can think of it as stars. You can think of it as magnets. You can think of it however you want to think about it. That's going to make that sound as simple as possible. So once Kirara noticed that Megami figured out their curse technique, then of course they continue to fight. Megami then comes up with a game plan that also includes Panda, and then they're able to essentially beat Kirara at their own game. Then Kirara is like, okay, I guess I'll listen since since you figured me out. I guess I'll listen to whatever it is that you have to say. So once they talk, or at least as they're talking, guess what happens? We get Itadori and Hikari. So now Kirara's like, look, Hikari, like, listen to them, hear them out. These kids need your help. And Hikari is like, I don't got to listen to nobody. I don't want to listen to nobody. I don't know why they're here to bother me. I'm not doing any of this, basically. And so Itadori has to prove himself to him. He's like, look, you're not passionate enough for me. You don't want it enough for me. Like, I'll hear you out, but you really, really gotta want it. And Itadori is just basically like, I'm just kind of here. I'm just here. I might not have that same fire that you got, but I'm just kind of here. And just know that I'm here because I need to be here. Not because I want to be here, because I need to be here. And I need you to help me out. That episode was like, I don't want to say short. Um, I just kind of feel like personally, because there was so much happening with the episode with Maki, and it was because it was longer. Now, all the episodes after that are just not going to feel as long. But within this episode, at the end, there is something that happens. We get a new rule. And the new rule is that when a player joins, you have to learn, or they have to give out their name, their colony, their curse technique, basically basic info about them so that everyone else like is very much aware of what the challenge is going to be. And then we see who made the rule. So enter Kashimo. Okay. He's one of my personal favorites. So is Hikari. But now we're really, really, really going to start to get into like the nitty gritty a little bit more with the Cullen games. If you read the manga, you know, okay? You know. But I feel like season 3 so far has done like a really, really good job at putting emphasis on what's to come. I feel like everything so far has been so great. Like everything, the tone, the everything has just been so good with these episodes, and I really hope that that continues on with this season. But yeah, this was not that long. There wasn't really like too much happening outside of like the fights and stuff. But let me know you guys' thoughts. Let me know, was there anything that you found confusing? Are you one of the people that's watching Jujutsu Kaisen that's like, dang, yo, this is getting a little hard to follow because it's always something popping up, and that's just going to continue to be a thing. We got to read, you got to be able to understand what's going on. That's just how the show works. But I will see you guys next week. And like I said, let me know if you want last week's recap. I will gladly do that for you guys since I missed out. But I will talk to you guys later, and I will see you soon. Bye.